All right, we in there.
Yo,
What's going on, man?
We back.
boxing another
To
week.
piss y'all off again.
Boxing.
We here to do it, man. I'm not mad at it. We gonna do it every week.
And the love, yeah, I mean, there's people who
Yeah,
love
shout out to
boxing.
the love.
Love,
man.
hate the boxing talk.
Appreciate
Everybody
you
in here,
guys.
yeah, I mean, join this. So, you know, Terence Crawford, we spoke about it last time. He been on like his tour, man. He's been doing the most media by far he's ever done. And I mean, he feeling good.
That's because he never really got the love of the
that's a
media
fact.
before, yo.
That's a
Like,
fact.
he never really got a press run after beating niggas up. Like, even with me being a heavy boxing fan, like, they ain't talk about Terence Crawford like that until, like, the last, 5 years?
Yeah. I was unfamiliar with Terence, and I said that on the last boxing episode, but I'm hyped to see him as active.
I've been following him since 130.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. And part of it, I think they was doing a solid job, especially in the beginning, top rank, and then somewhere, I know some of the issues was sometimes he didn't want to do interviews. I just from stuff I've heard and known and stuff from back in.
I think that's what I fuck with most about Terence is he does.
You
what
can
he
tell,
wants
and
to
you
do.
can tell he really a real
But
dude.
now, it's different now. You understanding like, hey man, you don't gotta act crazy, but like I gotta talk, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. That's a part of the game, yo. Or else
Part
you're
of
not
the
gonna get the
business.
bread that you want. Yeah, it's a part of the business.
I think for him it's an age thing too. He did, the nigga 36, right? He about to be
Yeah, it's
36.
like, yo, I gotta make my
Yeah.
last
But that's what I'm
hoorah.
saying.
I gotta
Yeah.
get this bread.
Yeah.
I think that's all that is right
4
now.
years from 40.
So, like you said, agreeing, we essentially agreeing at this point. But yeah, agreeing with you. He thought he could do it this way. His not fucking with the media shit. I'm just show you my talent, quote unquote type shit for the most part. And he decided to go ahead and do this media route, and it's working for. I like this nigga talking.
Yes.
He's very
cool.
articulate, well-spoken dude, too. Like, that's the
just
I
be
want to
chilling.
hear him more.
Yeah.
Every time he's talking about something, I want to hear more that he got to say. So
I like
I'm
how he
respect-
learns. I like when he talks about how he started learning the business and wisened up and
Yeah.
speaking to certain people.
That's always good to
Yeah. He talked about how
And his principles.
Because he was on his straight
He
up
seems
like,
like a
oh, I'm
man
a
of-
fighter shit. And he like, damn, wait.
He seems like a
got
man
crazy
of
bigger cut than
principles
me?
that I agree with,
Right.
for the most part. There's some of the stuff that I may not be on the side with as far as certain things, but as far as like the text message thing you did with Wallow, and we mentioned that I think last episode. I like that.
Yeah.
That's the type of shit that I like. That's a principle. That's
Yeah.
a principle that you need to stand on and continue to stand on.
Yeah, just be honorable, bro.
Well, y'all know one of the big things. There's a lot of stuff he was talking about that was fly, but you know we mentioned last week a catch weight, him and Canelo, but on Joe Rogan, he talked about he fight him at 168.
That's crazy.
Now listen, there's two parts that I'm gonna ask. One is I seen somebody else mention it. If he did that and won, is he the GOAT, yo?
He
I
is.
said that. I DM'd back like, yo, honestly, I'm
No
a
denying
Canelo
it.
stan, but if he go up from 147,
No, 130
yeah,
to 168.
130 to 168, and really put hands on Canelo, like really beat him up, outclass him.
Even if
he's the
wins,
greatest boxer
if
of
he
all
just
time.
doesn't
wins
even matter.
in general, that's wild, nigga.
It's OD.
I mean, and quiet is kept. Like, if the power can translate at that size, his style is very tricky for a nigga like Canelo.
It wouldn't fully, but it might not be as bad because I know some people are like, oh, it wouldn't translate all the way up there. Listen, Roberto Duran was able to, like, he wasn't stretching people at that weight, but he was able to keep you
He was able to bang.
honest. Like,
Yeah.
like when he beat Iran Barkley, like at what 168, I believe that was. Roberto Duran came from like 130. 135-ish,
I'd like to see
whatever,
him try,
but yeah,
bro.
he came all the way, hands and stone.
I'm not mad at.
I mean,
got
he gotta
power.
go for the gusto now. Like you said,
He would have to use a
36.
lot of footwork, watch a lot of the Floyd
36.
stuff.
Shout out to Joe. Joe Rogan had a whole.
He didn't
episode
get a
with
lot
him?
of against Errol.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah. I watched his
I know
first
that
one.
was
It
fire.
wasn't, man. It wasn't nowhere
He probably
nearly
was
as much
reserved.
watched.
Was he kind of reserved?
Yeah,
a
for
little
the
bit?
most part.
Yeah. He
He was
probably
getting
didn't
out
trust
there,
that
but
nigga.
he's
I could tell that if he trusts you, or if
Yeah.
he's starting to understand more that he has to play the game. But if he trusts you, he's gonna give you whatever he got. And that's why he gave that to Wallow, because he trusted him.
Yeah.
And then he put like, what you doing on this weirdo shit?
Yeah.
But
But players mess up. But now also
salute to Wallow though. I fuck
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Wallow.
yeah.
My bad.
So
I did shoot shots at him twice.
the other thing is,
Now that was a sucker move.
hey man, you know,
No, I'm not.
I don't think it was
I'm
cool.
not a thug or a street
I
nigga,
don't
but
think it was cool, but
I didn't like
I'm
it. I didn't like it at all.
I move
It was-
on honor.
it was very bad.
As much bad shit that's happened to me, I never mentioned a nigga once on a podcast ever.
Yeah, but go ahead.
That's weird doing that.
I just wanted to say now. One is, I was gonna say is he the GOAT, but also, do y'all also believe he capping a little bit?
I think he's capping.
Because he's in the, he
Because
understands
168 is
the
crazy.
eyeballs and all attention is good attention. Is he playing the game?
What's that? 3 weight classes over him?
Right now.
Right now it'd be
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
No, I don't see it. That's why I kept saying that last week.
Not in one jump. That's
Yeah, that'd be
a little
crazy.
aggressive.
Nigga said
That's
after the winner of the Charlo and Canelo fight.
Yeah,
know,
but
I'm saying.
that wouldn't be necessarily.
Nigga, that's
the
a
next,
year from now.
That wouldn't be the next fight for him. He would end up fighting at least 1 to 2 more. But in
One more
between.
person in between that, pretty much. Because that fight is scheduled for September.
But no, I don't think it's more of the. I think you thinking about it along the lines of it being like just absolutely out of this realm. I think it's just like what Zay said. He just knows what it's going to do if he says it.
Yeah.
I think he's starting to realize
He's
the
starting to
algorithm.
play the game for the first time.
Like, yo, he's starting to see his algorithm for the first time right now.
starting to play the
And he's
game.
playing the game. Because I seen him talk about punishment as far as his kids, and that's a touchy subject right now. That's not something that a lot of people try to touch on because some people not doing it as much as far as the corporal punishment, the beatings and things like that. He was like, nigga, I'm with that shit.
That's what the kids
So, I mean,
need,
like-
low-key. Like, not on a...
His
in
kids.
a
That's what he
egregious-
felt like his
not in an
kids
egregious fashion, but, like, you got to know, like, right from wrong.
So
That's,
it-
like, literally
I
the
think
key to life.
I lean more towards what Zay is saying as opposed to it just being like, oh no, this is just so outlandish. He just saying it to be crazy. I think he just know that it's so fucking crazy to say.
I think he's
Who
for the
knows
first
what it
time.
could garner? It might fuck around and garner.
Listen,
the fight.
for the right bag, yo.
Nigga. Canelo
But I
might
think-
hear it and
I
he'd
think-
be like, shit. All right, what's what we talking about?
And I feel like Canelo on his way out, too. He about to be a
And
movie
we
star
we
shit.
discounting Charlo. What if Charlo beat Canelo?
I don't
Yeah,
got it.
I think he's trying to fight. He's talking about he'll fight. I think
He wanna fight
I
that
think,
Charlo
I think
nigga,
he'll mention
yo.
either
Canelo
way.
was
He'll do
really
either one
nice.
at 160. I think
He
said.
definitely will fight either one, but he really wants to fight Charlo.
Yeah, he wants to fight Charlo. I really wish Jamal would have had his stuff together and fought Canelo because I really want Jamel and Crawford now. I really do. I'm intrigued and excited about the Jamel
At which weight?
Canelo fight. No, I wanted it at 154. It literally would have made so much more sense. It would have been another fight for Undisputed right after.
Gotcha.
Maybe the rematch with Errol, but that would have been the fight after.
I like that.
And I feel like that timeline just matches so much better for everybody.
Yeah.
And more so for Bud, honestly. But now the opportunity is all I know what Jamel's been saying, but I don't think he's coming down to 154. And then because Crawford has mentioned 168 now he's opened a can of worms for Jamel saying, well, you were saying you would come up to this weight if you went. So
So he
now
could
he opened up a
definitely
can
throw
of
that out
worms
there.
for that. Now it's like, no, you were saying that.
What about Jamal, though?
Do we
Are you
have
gonna
to,
fight
do we have to
Caleb
talk
Plant?
about that?
Are you going to fight Caleb Plant?
He did smack fire.
I just want to ask. I'm not even going to talk about what happened.
He stole.
Your brother said you need to get your get back.
Buffet.
And he was talking about, like, alluding to, like,
God
street
damn.
things. Like, y'all boxers. Y'all could literally fight it out and just get it done.
Yeah.
Go fight him.
On the low, Jamel been like, I
was
don't know.
about to say,
no
man,
disrespect,
Plant might give him some problems.
I don't know if Jamel. I don't want to do that.
He got a
but
lot going on.
I'm not sure if Jamel and his brother are. I don't want to say they have a bad.
No, I could tell
they
from that
seem like
interview.
they
That's why I
have some
wouldn't even-
friction.
yeah,
There was
I
several
wouldn't even
times
weigh in on it. I
where he's
know what you're
mentioned,
saying.
I'm a different twin. Don't mention me with. And it's,
Yeah,
it's kind
but-
of weird.
I think I remember.
I hope they
distinctly-
all right.
I don't know
want
which
that.
one it was, but they had a fight years ago, and they talked about them having that tumultuous relationship even growing up. It's been different. It's been up and down. So it's just one of them phases where they down. And right now it's at the. It seems low to me. That's the.
Yeah,
the
I just
lowest
haven't.
of
I
it.
don't want to get. I just
I feel
haven't
for
heard
him.
some things.
I don't want to talk. I try not to
Yeah.
talk really bad about, especially people of my hue on this podcast. So
Yeah, you know how we feel about
sucks.
brothers, yo.
Yeah. I'm not trying to
So
talk
I hope
trash
whatever
about them,
may
but-
or may not be happening, they,
You know what I mean?
you know,
It's
Man,
tough.
fight that man, Caleb Plant, please.
yeah.
Fight somebody.
you do have to
Honestly,
fight that man.
and even if you fight a bum,
gotta-
fight
you-
somebody.
You have to
nigga.
fight
You have
that
to
man.
fight.
Fight
Like, I
somebody,
mean,
nigga.
that's just,
like, yo.
If we were in middle school right
Yo.
now and you saw a nigga get slapped in the front of everybody like that, in the front of the school,
It's not
there
even-
has to be something that happens after.
Even before the slap infraction, like, bro, in like 6 to 8 months, you're Keith Thurman, bro. You literally turning into a Keith Thurman, yo, where you just guard her in the belt, yo, and not try to fight anybody.
Matrixing to everybody that's
Yeah,
trying
like,
to throw
yo,
something
come
at
on,
you.
yo. You got 6 months, bro.
Yeah.
And you Keith Thurman number 2, yo.
I'm not liking it.
Keith Thurman 2.0.
The trajectory is nasty. Did
Yo.
y'all catch Anthony Joshua knocking niggas
The
out?
fight.
Did we want to go off of what you was talking about before we go into that?
Nah, you could go into that.
I wanted to
man.
talk about that a little bit. How we felt about that?
It was a clean knockout, but
I want to see Wilder fight this nigga.
Yeah, come on, fight
That's
somebody
what I
good.
want to see still.
Fight somebody solid.
He didn't look good to me, man.
I want to
Yeah,
see him
fight
get knocked out
somebody
by
good.
Wilder, bro. I want to see it.
We have to see
Know
it.
what I want to see since we talking about
I'm ready to
hypotheticals.
see it. Yo. I'm ready to
Since
see
we talking
it.
Get this over
hypotheticals.
with, yo.
What if Errol Spence came back and fought Jaron Ennis?
Yeah, you going away.
I know, but I'm just like, we
Yeah, you
talking
just went left
hypothetical
field with it.
fights, yo. I really want that to be,
So we want to let's go with that for now.
cause y'all was saying Bud Jaron,
Why would they
he
fight,
not ready
though?
for that. Cause Earl, everybody thinking Jaron Ennis is somebody
But the
super
bag.
nice, elite.
Everybody's
My thing-
after
Earl
that
gotta get
bag
his
right
get
now.
back. Earl gotta get his get back
But
to get respect
but-
back on his
but
name.
Do you
My
see a
thing is-
bag from that fight?
Yes.
Yeah, it would
Jaron
have a
Ennis,
bad- but
that would
my-
be a fucking pay-per-view big fight.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be overly. My thing is like it's kind of like it's more off field to me than Crawford Canelo in a way. I know that sounds crazy because Boots still wants to try to get welterweight supremacy. Earl's not fighting there anymore.
I like what Zay
It's
said
not happening now.
last
Not
week
anytime soon.
about Ennis.
Yeah.
Fight Thurman, somebody like that.
Yeah,
beat the shit out of
Stay
one of them
Ennis and
niggas.
Thurman.
yo.
You fight
Yeah.
those
I feel like he just
Go beat the shit out
outclasses
of
those
one of them
guys
niggas.
so bad. Though.
But that's
Had
what
to
we
see the
want.
fight.
That's what we
Okay.
want
Had
to
to see the
happen.
fight.
Yo.
Right,
That's
right.
still a
And him
wily
and
fight.
Thurman-
It's not going to be easy.
So if you fight Stenionis and let's say he wins and impressively, then he can go.
Now you
get
can
the
call
Thurman
niggas
fight,
out.
and him and Thurman's gonna be a pay per view.
Yes.
PBC's making that a pay per view. That's how you get into that rhythm, man.
That makes
That's
sense.
how you get into that joint.
That's why I agree
And I
with
think that's a fun
the
fight.
Zay Stradamus.
I think it's a fun fight.
Gotta have the Zay Stradamus on the
Whatever you say about Keith Thurman, he gets in there with the right opponent. It's an exciting fight.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how he.
Keith Thurman could really fight. That's why I'm disappointed in him for acting like he did when he got the belt.
But
think
he
him
knows.
and
He
Bud
I remember.
knew,
I remember this
he
was
knew
back like
his
2014
limits.
or 15 when he fought Danny Garcia, and I put money on Danny Garcia, and he beat him up bad, yo.
he did he beat him back?
Well,
was a
not
close
bad,
fight.
but beat him up.
That was a close fight.
He won.
I was about to say
Yeah,
I
he
gotta
won.
go
That was
back
a
and
close
watch
fight.
that. I don't know about
Yeah,
that. I
all
gotta
those
go back
fights
and
That
all
was
watch
like
those guys
2014 or
was
15.
pretty
That was a
close.
long time ago,
Yeah,
yo.
I thought-
The only
That's
one
about
that
10
wasn't
years
close
now.
when it was all of those, like let's say Earl, Sean,
I bet
Keith,
Carl actually, yo. The homie Carl. Shout out Carl.
Salute to
Danny
Carl.
Garcia. The only one that out of all those fights that wasn't close, it was only one fight. It was Earl versus Danny Garcia. Every other matchup, they all were close fights.
Yeah.
Like so, yeah. They was all like, "Hey, this guy could have won, or that guy could have won."
Yeah.
So that's why Bud was like, "Man, I'd have slapped all y'all up, man."
You know what I appreciate from you, Zay Stradamus? I think it was you that tweeted this out from us, and this is still dealing in the boxing realm. They trying to get out here on these platforms talking about the next fights that's supposed to be happening, and we talked about this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, man.
And that means we recorded it 3 weeks ago. Usually, so
Probably
what
two,
y'all,
at least
We
2.5.
actually enjoy boxing.
Y'all gotta catch
and
up.
shout out Black,
Yeah.
because he said he's trying to pull up on a boxing episode
Oh, that's
too.
dope.
Oh, we
be
need
there.
him for a
Because
boxing.
he, you could tell he really likes boxing
yeah,
like
absolutely.
us. Like,
Yes,
shout out
yes,
Black,
yes,
yo.
yes,
Go
yes.
cop a Tavik.
Anybody
clothing
who's
line
with the
shirt.
boxing that we know,
Yeah.
we going. I'm working.
Tap in on the
No,
comments.
he's one of
If you
the
haven't
few.
paid
He's one of the
attention,
few
we're
ones that
working on
actually
stuff.
really
Tap in
knows
on the
boxing.
comments,
like,
bro.
yeah.
Let us know what we doing. If we doing it right, or if it's something that y'all not liking, or if you don't like it, we probably still keep
Oh,
doing
they
it.
commenting.
We gonna still keep doing it because
That
we
means
know
you're a
it's
fan,
happening.
champ. I love you.
And we black, so we definitely run with the black fighters.
Yeah.
It is what it is, bro. It is what
Mike
it
going
is.
for
I
Canelo this
fuck with
September.
I want him to knock the Charlo twin out. I love
I
Canelo. I want his
want-
legacy to go down good.
That's gonna be a
Like
good
if
night.
if
That's gonna be
Canelo
fun.
if
That's gonna be a
Canelo if
good night.
Canelo
When is that fight?
It's gonna be dramatic too.
When is
If-
September.
if
We're gonna do
Canelo-
predictions and everything.
Yeah.
We're gonna yeah.
If
Cool.
Canelo
I don't
can
got
knock the
nothing going on
Charlo
in
twin
September,
out,
so I'm good.
if Canelo can knock the Charlo twin out and get beat up by Terence Crawford, he'll still be my favorite fighter of all time.
Yo,
Yo.
hold on. Canelo
He'll
said,
have technically 3 losses.
So you said knock the Charlo twin out and then get beat up by Crawford?
Yeah, I
And
would
you
still
still
respect
fuck
him
with
as
him?
my favorite fighter of all time. I just like niggas that didn't duck no wreck, yo.
well, some people would argue that he's
He did.
David
He was
Benavidez.
ducking Errol Spence and them niggas like, yeah.
I mean, he's ducked for a long time, but yes,
Not
he's
Earl.
No, he
definitely.
wasn't even duck. No, it was.
He's definitely
They say
ducking this
Andrade moved around, even though Andrade was. I don't necessarily agree with that. Andrade was acting weird. But Charlo. They said, but his resume is so
But
stacked.
every boxing
his
promoter knows slip.
his
He's
resume-
at the
I can't
level.
really-
He's
yeah, I
at that
can't really
same
cook
level
him,
that the Charlo twin thinks he's at right now, where he's saying like, "Yo, you gotta level up before you try to fight."
I just respect Canelo.
But you should have to
because
level
he came
up.
back
And you
and
should.
kept fighting niggas
especially
that
when
be
you're going
undisputed.
up weight
Undisputed,
classes,
yeah.
and I didn't fought in this weight class already.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
nah, I'm not about what you talking about. You're not even here yet.
Well, Crawford, no, that's different though.
Yeah.
When you have two undisputeds and you only a weight class separated, historically, that's why if you that's
be
why
nice.
if you're undisputed or something like that, like or you have a title, like let's say you have the WBC title in like a lower weight class, you automatically can skip the line if you move up.
Oh, okay. That's
Because
good
it's a
knowledge.
respect
See,
thing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know
you
that.
can
So
skip
that's good knowledge. So
at
I
least
won't think that
at
way.
least in the next weight class. I don't know about all of them, but at least in the next one, you get that. Yeah, I mean, you
Okay.
get that right. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. We're gonna see, but we're gonna touch on Alycia Baumgardner real quick because that caught everybody off kind of left field.
Broke
It's
my
not,
heart.
nothing is even factual though.
Broke my heart. Justice Warrior.
Yo.
I said this on our regular.
We got your
episode.
back,
The
Alycia.
Justice Warrior is here.
You're a great fighter, yo.
If they gave you some tainted meat, just let me know, and then I get that.
Yeah, everybody else getting
Clear it
excuses
out.
when they get
Yeah.
busted for stuff.
Yeah, it's tainted.
Now, what I will say is,
But they wouldn't even let her fight and carry the belts if that shit was true,
Tainted
right?
burgers, bro.
They the first one tested negative, then the other one tested positive.
She had like 7 out of
I don't
12
believe that
test
shit, yo.
positive or something like that.
Listen, I don't know what happened. I'm leaning towards it might be. I don't know. All
I don't
know
believe the shit
I'm gonna
until
keep
we
it.
got
I'm gonna
definitive
keep it
evidence.
honorable though, because I know how I talked about how when we talked about with Tyson Fury. If she cheated, I can't rock with. her.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I
I don't
agree.
care who you are.
I agree.
So I'm gonna stand on that. That's dirty, but it's a lot of little weird stuff that's like. Some people are saying Eddie Hearn. Like, I don't know what's going on. It all sounds kind of weird. But they were showing a picture. They was like, yeah, because when she flexed the muscles, she looked kind of strong. But then somebody else whipped out a picture from when she was a
been kinda-
kid.
yeah, like some
She
people
just
just
naturally
like
is
that.
an athletic
yeah.
build, yo.
Just
So
You
I
remember
don't
when
know.
we was in high school, some people was like more like lean
She
and
looks
cut.
like it too. She
Yeah.
honestly looks like that's her type of build.
Alycia
So I don't-
Baumgardner, I got
She
you.
looks
back.
We
like an
got
athlete.
you.
She's like
We
a,
got
she
you
looks
over
like a
here,
track and
yo.
field athlete.
Yeah,
They
I
just
got you
built
back,
different,
Alycia.
yo. And based off of somebody I know who's reliable that knows about like that type of world, allegedly, all the, those performance enhancing stuff.
Balco world.
Well,
Yo,
I
did y'all
don't
see
know about
that
that.
doc? It was a
But hold on,
doc.
real quick. They said like it wouldn't make sense. This is why they're leaning away from her, like saying that she might be innocent, because they like that drug is such an old one that they've been testing. It's old, like Arnold Schwarzenegger used to use it. They like everybody knows that's one you would get busted for.
Gotcha.
Like that's a basic like don't take that. Like there's so many designer joints now that they like can get around and weave around that people know. Like they're like if you did that you'd be either really stupid or just it's something weird. Like that's why they like you also got to be careful with some of the things you purchase. Sometimes cross contamination.
That's
so
true.
It's a lot that happens like people don't know about. So that's why I always like to stay back with whoever it is. But certain people have been busted and then they've gave weird stories. But it's but her story seems like we don't know yet.
Yeah.
I hope
So
it's
I
not
fuck
real.
with
But if
Alycia
it's
Baumgardner.
if
Alycia,
it's
coach
real,
class,
so.
we'll throw it out there. If you did it,
if you did it,
we on your ass.
yeah, I mean it
But
is
if
what
you
it
can
is.
Fight, though, yo. Like, nah,
We
I'm
with
not
you.
gonna put that on her because I don't think she did.
I don't
yo.
know. I don't
think she did.
I
yo.
want to lean towards the side that it sounds like it could be something weird.
I follow her on
But if she
Twitter.
did,
I follow her on Twitter. I feel like she would.
I
like,
follow her on Twitter, too.
Like niggas that be
think
doing
we all-
Yeah,
dirty
we all
shit.
Respectfully.
Respect. The most
But
respectful,
I'm
yo.
saying niggas that really did some dirty shit and they fall back. And they get caught up. They not gonna still be talking and shit. Like they gonna fall back, get the lawyer, all that. Like
Yeah,
yo,
we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna leave it because
Yeah, man, she wearing Cartiers and the buffs and shit.
yeah,
like
this-
shit. I mean, she a different breed.
this ain't gonna stop. So we're gonna have a lot to talk about with that one.
We still love you.
shout
Yeah,
out
man.
you.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and that's that for this week.